think better on this side with the sun behind it.
Well, I want us to be able to watch this still. Which one is it? Okay, it's that one. Look, I'm installing a pacemaker. All right.
Hey, as long as it's thumping on the hair, it's good.
Yeah, right. Okay, everybody, how we doing? We got audio. Can you guys hear me? Can everybody hear? No sound. I think we changed that. How's it sound now? Audio is good. Yes, sir. Okay, perfect. What's up, everybody? How you doing today? How's your Monday going? You just saw how our Monday's going. I got an invite the other day to come out on Cayuga Lake and fish for lake trout today, and I took it as fast as I could because I've never done this. I've been watching everybody down here for a couple years jigging for these lake trout. We're in 189 foot of water and we are jigging the bottom, believe it or not. You know, Captain Jason was telling us that, and if you've seen, there's a couple other charters that are out here on a regular basis. Captain Nick Sokolowski, I just saw his post a few minutes ago that he's already over 150 lake trout this season out here, and I think he's only been out here, what?
Probably 5 times.
Like 5 or 6
yeah,
times?
5 or 6 times.
And so, and I don't know, I really don't know what we have for a count. You guys have all got multiple fish.
Stopped counting.
3s and 4s? Yeah. I mean, I've got one. These guys don't want to let me catch any fish. I don't know what's going on with that. They keep putting me in the back and giving me an old lure or some shit. I don't know. So maybe our numbers are more than that. I mean, maybe we've had 15 fish on.
Probably 15 to 18 to the hoop, and
I would say we've landed somewhere in
multiple losses.
Yeah, a lot of. It's funny, a lot of swinging and misses. Or you're on your way up and they don't, you see them start coming up on the graph. And I'm going to show you guys the graph here in a few minutes when we have some active ones going on, like that one right there. All right, so you see that line going up, that's a fish on that. He come right off the bottom right there.
JJ had him.
You have him, did he bite?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he bit and then he come off. And that seems to happen a lot. I don't know. My assumption is those fish are coming straight up. Now, like I say, I've only had I've had 3 bites today. I've had 3 bites today, and my first one hit it on the way down. And I knew I wasn't on the bottom yet because I was counting it out. It takes a full 61 count to get a 1 ounce lure to the bottom. That's how long it takes. So that my first and only one that I landed hit it on the way down. All of a sudden I'm sitting here going, geez, why isn't my line going down? I closed the bail and he was on. That was on a white twister tail on a 3/4 ounce or a 1 ounce head. And then I stuck Homie the Clown down. Believe it or not, I stuck my I-1 blade bait down 200 foot down below the water. And I got it about halfway up, and I felt, you feel that blade, and all of a sudden it went dead. And then it started up again. And I'm like, that's weird. And before I really processed that was probably a fish chasing it, crack, smashed that blade, just smashed it. He come off, I was putting a lot of heat on it, and I was on the phone and talking to these guys, and so my fault, but he come off, And then I've had a couple other takes. I had one other take on that same Homie the Clown blade bait. Ripped one of the bedazzle beads off the side of it.
I caught 2 on the blade bait.
Paul's caught 2 on the blade bait. Tell me the brand you said that was?
That was a Captain Jay's blade that he used.
Captain Jay's, and he's out of, it looked like a steel
Also
shad.
Lake Erie.
Okay.
Yep.
Looked like a steel shad type of blank.
They're similar.
And you said custom paint jobs.
Yep.
So that's
They're working pretty good on Cayuga sometimes.
Captain Jay's. So Paul and I have both had bites on a blade, which I didn't bring. I only had Homie with me because he was already tied on the rod. I just didn't think that we would even be in a position to do that. Now, you mentioned earlier that you had thought about, I got to get this so I get you in there with me. You talked about throwing a jig and wrap down there to them.
Yep, jig and wrap work as well.
Yep.
Mainly just getting their interest on it, and once you get them to chase.
And so you do the same thing with the jig and wrap?
Exact same. Yep.
Get them to go and then start taking off with it?
Yep, you do pretty much the same. If any of you guys ice fish for walleye, you get them to chase and get them to commit to it, and then you just reel away from them and they'll come and attack it.
Yeah, but it's been a lot of fun. I can't thank you enough. Now, with us today, everybody knows this guy, this handsome fellow, I almost called you Captain Paul. Well, I could. Honorary Captain. Paulie from Apisa Regional, and over here behind me too, I've got JJ. He's the owner of Spruce Grove Marina in Constantia, New York. Going to be one of our way stations for Walleye Fest. So we've got a pretty full crew here today. But I'm going to tell you, for me personally, boy, it sure feels nice to be back out on the water. To be back out on open water. I was hoping to get a fish going on live here for everybody. I'm sure we can make that happen. He chased it up and then off he went.
There we go. I'm working one right now.
Is that you down here?
Oh
yeah. Yeah, all of a sudden this mark gets bright red on the screen.
That bottom line is the fish. All right, he's chasing.
I'm going to show you guys the screen you can watch. So there's 4 lines in the water, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines on the screen. So oh, there he is.
Go.
Oh, I suck at fishing.
Just weeds, Matt. Just weeds.
I suck at fishing. Watch that the whole way, though. Watched it the whole way. Look at that dog knot of fish and people right there.
Looks like there's about 3 or 4 fish in the mix.
Yep. And what I will say though is that I didn't expect the speed of just reeling to loaded, like fully loaded, you know. I really didn't expect that. My whole career with lake trout have been dredging the bottom with cowbell rigs on Lake Ontario, and
There's one coming after somebody's right
yeah,
now.
I think that's me right there.
Hey, when they commit to wanting to eat it, you can reel pretty quick, and then they're coming.
So I'm giving you guys the view that we've been looking at all day. Let's do a real quick roll call here and see who's with us. Rob H, Merlin, I'm almost at your house. George Parson, Rick Menzel, Keith Horens, Rob H, Scott Duranda, Rick Menzel, George Parsons, John Karnowski, Don Birdie,
There's fish up high.
Tony Buffa. What's
Who's
up,
up high?
Captain?
It was after years. Well,
I1 gets them all. Yeah, I was anxiously waiting to tell Mike that I caught a fish on a blade bait in 200 foot of water. Scott Degata, how you doing? Gary Walters. I think I just bonked one on the head right there. Yeah, boy, it feels good to be back out here. We're going to have, we got enough footage today to have a video of just this trip, which is going to be great. I think I'm going to do things a little differently this year. You guys are going to have to wait and see. I got some new things
What do you
planned.
blades?
We're going to continue to do our
Swim bait?
lives on a daily
still have the
basis. And then we're going to have a show, more of a show format. I don't know, maybe once or twice a month.
There you go.
I think we'll do like a Sunday night or something like that, and we'll do episodes where we're doing different segments in the same show. I think that'll be pretty cool and give us all something. So I'll show you. That's what I had on right there. And actually, this is one of my saltwater jigs. My buddy Keith can attest to that. This is something we'd throw for fluke or stripers down on the Jersey Shore. That is a 5-inch curly tail grub on a 3/4 ounce head. You know, Jason was telling us earlier that, you know, your natural bait fish colors are what you're going to look for, obviously, and you guys have had success on a chartreuse head today with either a white body or a clear sparkle Kitech body.
Yep.
And you're using a normal 4-inch Kitech. I brought bigger stuff just because I was thinking.
JD, you got one coming after yours? Yeah, no, I'm telling you, you do. Yeah. Someone's gonna hook up, maybe.
I hope. Right there, interception. Right there. Oh.
Going back down.
Yep. This really, though, is, I shouldn't say it's graph specific.
Here we go. Here we
You
go.
could be doing this without the graph. I mean, we'll do.
Chasing.
Jay, how long you been doing this? How long you been chartering out here? Where are you from? Introduce yourself
Charging.
to
I just
everybody.
started chartering in 2020.
This morning.
Yeah, this morning, first day.
First day. We're making them look good.
Yeah, I just started chartering in 2020.
Okay.
Been fishing this lake since I was born. I was born on Cayuga Lake, and so we're here until May, until walleye season, and then we just pretty much cater to the walleye group, and from May until August, and then we're Oneida and Ontario. There's some fish down there now.
Yep.
In between Oneida and Ontario, you know, when the kings and coho start coming in. So
Okay. Now you do everything out of this boat for your business?
yeah, everything is out of this boat until king salmon run the river, and then we'll guide on the river as well.
Gotcha.
Fly
Gotcha.
fishing. Yep.
Boy, we had a pile of fish right there coming and going, and nobody. I still got one on me. Is that right? I mean, that's me right there, isn't it? I would assume. He just broke off.
Yeah. The bottom's loaded with them though.
We're going to head back down there. Now, you said you're from Ithaca, correct?
Yeah, I'm from
Born and
Newfield.
raised there?
Born and raised in Newfield, just outside of Ithaca, and I have a place up in Constantia at Spruce Grove Marina. That's where I stay. That's our fish camp during the walleye season and king salmon season. So we're down here on Cayuga Lake until May, and then from May and on, pretty much stay up north.
Now, I know you took advantage of the free listing on our website. Are you booked already for opening weekend for the?
I am not.
For the Derby?
Not yet. Had
hear
quite
that,
a few
everybody?
phone calls in the last like 4 or 5 days, but have not actually booked. So if you're looking to get out on what is it, 6th and 7th?
6th and 7th is Walleye Fest weekend.
There are some openings. They're doing a Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon trips, so there's 2 availabilities there, and then Sunday morning as well.
Oh, awesome. So if anybody's looking, you can get Jay's name and information right off the website. He's on the charter page, Real Naturals Charter. This week coming up, this Saturday, when we do our next drawing, we have some incredible stuff to draw this week. So I've heard ticket sales going pretty steady all morning long. We're almost at 350. We only crossed 300 yesterday, and we're already almost at 350. So I think this little bit of nice weather has got people thinking that, hey, you know, Walleye Fest is coming. Opening weekend, getting the boat back in the water. But we have some incredible prizes. And the only way you can get in on the prize drawing is to get your ticket, because prizes are drawn every Saturday between now and May 6th based on your ticket number. So make sure you have your Walleye Fest tickets to get in on these. This week we have a friend of the channel made, Bob Hutt. I think he made 2 boards. They're routed out, and we had a printout of our Walleye Fest logo laid in clear epoxy on this thing. It's amazing. It really is amazing. He did such a great job, and he donated them specifically so we could raffle them off. Paul from Apisa Regional next to me here, he gave me a $25 gift card for dinner, which you don't want to miss going there. We got some other stuff. I got some tackle that's going in the pile. So every week we got something new. So make sure you have your tickets. That's the only way you can get into this. Let's see who else is here. Beautiful day to be out. You ain't kidding, Dave. Larry Kelly, always look forward to the chat. Jim G, good afternoon, guys. Yeah, this is we spent a lot of time watching the graph. And in this much of a water column, these fish can come out of anywhere at any time, and we've seen that a couple times. Like that's, I'm assuming, a fish right there, isn't it?
I'm not sure. There's one chasing on the bottom right now.
He's on
you're
you,
bottom.
heavy.
Okay. So maybe that's you.
So is that one coming up with me, or is that... No, him and I must be going up together.
all kinds of stuff on the screen.
Yeah.
So at that 160, that's a fish.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gets confusing when you have 4 lines and fish.
Now that brings up another point though. Do you find better success with less people in the boat, more people in the boat? That many
All
lures
depends on the
down?
day. Yeah, I don't think it matters. I mean, when they're hungry, I mean, there's times you'll have doubles, triples consistently. So,
Gotcha.
I mean, when they're feeding, they're feeding.
More people on this boat. Really comfortable. Really comfortable on this boat.
Yeah.
Extremely.
Yep.
Fighting fish or netting fish.
Yep.
Plenty of room.
Yeah, 4 is about max
Yeah.
for jig fishing.
Yeah. Yeah. If you were trolling, it'd be even I think 4's right
Four's,
about perfect.
yeah.
You know.
3's comfortable. 4's depends on the wind. You know, if we get a good drift, like when we're walleye fishing, if we get a good drift, it's fine. But 4 people on a 19-foot boat and you got calm seas and everybody has to cast, you got 4 treble hooks running all over the place. So it's always watching everybody. But looks like you should have went live about 15 minutes earlier.
Yeah, I know. I know.
That was a good bite.
We had a pretty decent string of bites and a couple lands, and I'm like, well, I think I'll go live now, and we have effectively shut the bite off.
The bad luck of YouTube.
But I'll tell you, what a beautiful day. It's that wind's a little brisk, but it's not bad temperature wise, and I'm going to tell you what's nice after leaving my house this morning in Central Square, and there's a foot of snow between last week and yesterday. Come down here, there's not a stitch of snow anywhere on the ground. I love it. I could do without it. I don't mind the cold, but I could do without the snow. Oh, there he is.
Whoever's on the bottom needs
Yep.
to reel up soon. That's Matt.
I thought that right there.
Here he comes.
Right there. Come on. Yeah! Oh, son of a
He might come back. Drop her down to him.
son of
There he
a.
is. Reel. He came back. He's coming after it. And he dropped back down.
Boy, in that
Better
moment,
sharpen those hooks.
you can feel that. It just goes weightless. It's just like a swim bait bite. I mean, I'm not fishing a swim bait. You guys are, but we're fishing it vertical. It's going right straight up. Boy, there's a pile of fish right here, right now, guys. Holy crap!
They're all down there and everybody's up high. Drop them down. There we go.
I just knocked them out. Bonk. So we're sitting still on spot lock, and these fish are just coming through underneath us. I mean, they'll be here for a few minutes, and the screen will light right up. Wow! And then they're gone. Well, there's fish back right there.
Chasing somebody's.
Yes, whoever's that high, has got a fish right just peeled off. Just peeled off right there.
Maybe next time. That was me.
Oh, that was you?
Yep. There we go.
This gets a little video game-ish right here, because we're really locked in on them.
He's chasing mine up, seeing all three of you dropping. He's following one of you guys down there now.
Good news for me though is I finally got to set the hook on two of my open water JT rods for the first time. Caught my first fish on the 7.3 Black Rain bait caster. Whoever that is got a fish all over him. Who's reeling? He's still there. He just peeled off. Although it looks like you picked up another one. Yeah, my first fish was on the Black Rain baitcaster 7.3 medium action extra fast tip. That was really nice, and it's set up for me left-handed, so I didn't have. Although my shoulder feels good, I don't. We haven't been jigging, but it's just straight reeling. You drop it at the bottom, and then we jigged it a little bit on the bottom, and then you let it come up. And you just reel it slow coming up and vary your speed and hope that they chase it and you get the right one. Courtney K, hi love. Chief Stone, happy Monday, great to be out. Just a tease of better days ahead, dude. You ain't kidding. You ain't kidding, Chief. Good to be on the water with you again while working. Yeah, nice break in the day. Well, it's lunchtime too. I thought everybody might have a few minutes. Steve and Eddie, nice to finally see you with a life jacket on, Matt. I bought a CO2 vest, and they are not bad to wear. Yeah, Steven, as soon as I'm back in my own boat, you'll see me without it on. But no, it's been, I don't even know it's on, to be honest with you. It's the first time I've ever really worn one. I probably should get one for myself, but I'm a rule breaker. Boy, it goes from the whole screen lit right up to
Yep.
nada. So you started 3 years ago. This will be your third year.
Third year chartering.
Third year chartering. So now you grew up fishing this lake, but how have people been jigging these lake trout like this all along, or is this a new thing?
This is not a new thing. It's social media, so that's getting more of a new thing. But
Gotcha.
we were laker jig fishing as far back as I can remember.
Okay.
So it's just just like everything, you gets more advertisement, social media, and it's a great sport, and a lot of people are doing it now. So it's a big lake. We're 40 miles long, and there's lake trout from the north end to the south end almost on this.
Sure.
We've been on the north end and caught lake trout through the ice at times. Not common, but we have before, all the way down to the south end of the lake. So.
Well, like I was telling Jason this morning, this is my first time fishing the Finger Lakes. I've fished Skinny Atlas before, and I fished a Tisco before, neither of which are a Finger Lake officially. I've hunted down here. I've went out of the boat ramp that we launched at this morning at Long Point. duck hunting many times, but I've never fished this. And I want to come back in later on in the summer too and chase smallmouth. Are there any walleyes in this lake?
There are. Where they are, I can't tell you.
On purpose or accidental?
No, accidental.
Yeah.
So there's a creek at the south end of the lake, Fall Creek. And you
Sure.
can go down there same time that they're spawning, like in Scriber Creek. And you can go down there at nighttime and you'll see, 30, 40 walleye spawning at night. Where
Oh,
they
wow.
go on this lake, I have no idea.
That's
I've
pretty
never
cool.
targeted them. We always are just trout or, salmon fishing for the Atlantics. So, but there are walleye in here.
You don't bass fish in here at all?
I do not. There's lots of bass though.
Big bass
Yeah,
too.
big bass.
Some biggie big.
I think last year someone's got a fish.
Yeah, I don't know, but all three of you guys, either you're all together or there's a.
I'm on bottom, so
I'm on bottom too.
I think maybe JJ and Paul were. I think that one at one.
And I ask about the walleyes only because I know my wife and I went to Skinny Atlas last
Dude, someone's
year.
got one coming in real hot. Whoever's that one, keep reeling, Paul. It's coming after yours.
Got it.
Oh, no, JJ. You off too? We're fishing with doll hooks today. Got to give the fish a chance.
Dull rubbery hooks.
Cut the hooks off. Just use the rubber tail so you can fight them a little bit. Comes another one coming off. So that fish came in hot. It
So-
came from 188 foot down to 120 in about 2.5 seconds. Hands warm now?
Yeah, that's good.
Dax Woods Wanderer wants to know, are there any pike or muskie in this lake?
There are pike.
There are
and some big
northerns in this
pikes.
lake,
Yeah,
right?
there are northerns.
Now,
Lots of pickerel, lots of northerns.
so tell me how this lake lays out, north to south. It's the
Yeah, so
north
south
end is
end-
shallower, correct? And a
Yep,
little
north end is
weedier?
exactly, yep. A lot of bass fishermen. That's, the north end, like a lot of the perch guys, if you go up like Cayuga Lake State Park, that's where they're fishing. You can't get out right now because the water's so low, from what I hear. But that's where the perch are. They fish the channel and around that 10, 12 foot of water.
Okay.
And then a lot of bass fishermen in the summertime are up in there, but yeah, it's average like the north end. You're probably, the main flats are around like 6 to 8 feet until you get to like the channel. That's around 12 foot,
That's up by,
right before the locks.
oh, that's all the way up.
Yeah, the north end. Yep, where like everybody's ice fishing. It's not much far away from the locks.
Gotcha. I still spend some time out here today. I've just been jigging off bottom just like I would walleye fish, and I keep waiting for that to come up on one and have it be there. I don't know if that would happen or how often it does, but I keep waiting for that walleye bite to just be heavy when it comes up. Wait, fell right back off again.
Sure did. Followed it up and
Yep.
yeah, weird time of day. Sometimes good. Most of the time, I would say not really the best. I just had one hit right off bottom.
We just talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, midday like anything else. Although, it's funny. It'd be really be interesting to know how much light is down there in 200 foot of water. I mean, that just seems so far away. Larry Melnick just tuned in. Where are you? We are on Cayuga Lake, jigging lake trout. We've had a pretty damn good day, I'll tell you. I know Captain Jason has told us multiple times that it gets better, but
It's only going to get better. She's still cold.
but this is still, yeah, surface temp 36.7. Wind is out of what?
We are southwest right now, probably
Yeah.
around 15.
Southwest.
After a big blow yesterday, we had 25, 30 mile an hour winds yesterday.
That's the
So
first time this year so far I've actually given a water temp and a wind speed like an actual report again. How cool!
it was cold this morning.
Yeah, it was chilly this morning. The boat was frozen to the bunks of the trailer.
Yeah.
The trolling motor didn't want to go down right at the beginning.
Prop didn't want to spin.
No.
The wonders of winter fishing.
Yeah. Bob Bender, yes, it is fun. Are you side scanning or down imaging? Chief, we are
Just traditional sonar right now.
we are fishing traditional 4-color sonar straight down. We do have the Panoptics with us, but that's only good, you said, down to about 80 feet?
80's pushing it. Yeah, the marks are very small at 80, so
Gotcha.
anything from 80 up.
So yeah, so we are so we're just using straight 4-color sonar, and you know, like with anything, when you're using your color sonar, the darker, the more that dark blue and then turns into red, the more red, the bigger the mark. And so when you're watching the screen and we're reeling up and up and up, it's just blue, and then all of a sudden it turns red. You got a fish tracking you. Somebody had one right there.
Yep.
And you don't always see the fish because they're
Oh.
coming in, that angle's like this, and they're coming in from outside the cone angle.
Yeah, there's times you can drop it down and all of a sudden you'll just see your line like dart sideways or forward because it hit it on the way down.
Well, I gotta think he's
Just keep going.
Yeah. I did. I think. I did. Jerry M. Looks beautiful out there. The sun don't get no brighter. No. I'll tell you. Dennis, Hook and Eyes. How many you got so far? I think we're somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 fish landed, and I don't know, probably almost that many there and off. There's one of them. That's one of the bigger ones right there. Paul is going to take those home. He's going to clean them, and he's going to do something amazing with them. Look at how he changed color on the top of his back. Remember when we first saw him? They were so blue-green right here. He's dead. Now he's turned brown. They're gorgeous fish. They got incredible markings on them. Well, guys, I hate to hang up with everybody because I guarantee you the minute we hang up, we're going to catch a fish. But we're at 40 minutes. That's probably plenty. Dennis says, so Dennis was out with Nick last week,
Oh, okay.
the other day, and they piss pounded him.
Yeah.
Big
last week
time.
was-
He said, I'm hooked after last week, trying to find a boat to go out later this week. Well, here you go.
I have Wednesday available. Every other day's full.
All right, guys. Well, I think we'll cut it here. We're at 45 minutes. It's been great chatting with everybody. Lunch hour is about over, and I don't know how much longer we're going to be out here, but I'll let everybody know if we do anything more. I'll post some
Someone's
pictures.
got to, one of you two, unless you both drop at the same time, have a fish following.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it might just be both of them.
I'll post some
I think you both
pictures
just drop at the same time.
on social media this afternoon of still photos of our catches, and then everybody's gonna have to wait till I announce when the video will be out. It's gonna be. I don't think we'll put the first show of the season out until maybe somewhere. It depends on how much footage we get in the next 2 weeks, but I would think by the first of the month, I think we'll do our first one, and it'll have 3 or 4 different segments in it with different things we're doing. I know I'm going to be out brown trout fishing with Captain Todd Shelter from Strike Zone Charters. Maybe this week, depends on how the weather goes. I may be back on Oneida. I may put my old boat back in on Oneida if this week, if this weather stays nice like it's supposed to. First thing we gotta do is get all the snow melted back home, or move down to the Finger Lakes for the rest of the spring. There's no snow down here.
Still some ice on Oneida, right?
Yeah, especially in the west end. But all right, everybody, thanks for joining us today. I appreciate it tremendously. I enjoy spending time with you guys and having you share along, especially now that we're back on the water. And we'll be back more and more in these next couple weeks on the water on the daily basis like we always were. So, Just Paul, great to see you on the water. That's awesome. Absolutely. Don Birdie says the channel is opening in front. All right, we're out of here. I've said goodbye twice. See you guys later. Get back to work. Do something productive today. JJ, get up here. Everybody get in over the top here. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Keep your tip up.